I hope a lot of people are here.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Chalo, quite a few people.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. We'll wait for 1 minute and then we'll start. Just put a yes or a no in the comments. Did you guys get the solution to the previous spotting errors assignment? Yes? Okay, great, great. Okay. ठीक है. Got a new assignment too. Yes, you were supposed to get a new assignment.
Ma'am, we
31st.
got only till question number 32, ma'am. After
No,
that, we didn't get.
there were three screenshots that were shared. Check.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. There should be three. किसको 32 तक मिले हैं सिर्फ? I doubt it.
मुझे भी सॉरी सर 32 तक ही मिले.
आप लोग ने बाकी चेक करे हैं ठीक से? There are 3 screenshots.
Yes, ma'am.
गाइस 40 तक हैं.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, team.
Guys, please check the WhatsApp group. They send it over there.
देखो मेरा बैकएंड बड़ा हार्ड वर्किंग है, उसके बारे में नहीं मैं कुछ सुनूंगी. ठीक है? I will hard working. All right, chalo. I think enough people have joined. Let's begin. Before we start the second sheet today, I want to be able to do one very major portion with you called articles. Everyone, please mute yourselves. Okay. So, articles is a very important part of parts of speech. Articles में बहुत लोग गलतियां करते हैं. They don't know when to use a, when to use an, when to use the. So basically, there are 3 articles in the English language. I've shared the screen. I hope everybody can see. Mute yourselves, guys, please. Pankaj, Tanushree, please mute yourselves. Team, can you mute everyone, please? Thank you. Okay, so just note down now, a and an, write down. There are 3 articles in the English language. There are 3 articles in the English language. Everyone, videos on kindly. Sonali, Pradeep, Abhishek, Anchal, Priyanka, Karthik, Prateek, Gandhar, Shreya, Manu, Nagesh, Snehal, everyone, Abhinav, Vedant, guys, everybody, Apurv, videos on, please. Thank you. All right. So there are 3 articles in the English language, a, an, and the. Okay. Then write down a and an are known as indefinite articles. I put the spellings on the screen. A and an are known as indefinite articles. Indefinite also means non-specific. Basically, definite means certain. When you say, are you coming for the movie? Definitely. Definite means certain. So this means that a and an, now write down indefinite articles. Indefinite articles refer to random. Indefinite articles refer to random or non-specific nouns. Random or non-specific nouns. They are also used before. They are also used before singular countable nouns. I've put this on the screen. They are also used before singular countable nouns, plural countable nouns, and uncountable nouns. I put this on the screen. They are also used before singular countable nouns. Example likh lo, books, pens, wait, actually, hold on. Pehle na, I think just cut this for now. Come to what indefinite is. Just cut this for now. Okay? Indefinite pe aao pehle. So it's going to get confusing कि indefinite hota kya hai. See, indefinite, like I told you, it means random. It means non-specific. So if I just give you an example, if I say Pranali, call a boy from outside, or if I say Shrey, get me an apple. So I'm not referring to a specific boy. I don't mean a particular apple. I mean any. So not definite, not certain, non-specific. Okay, random. So if I say, get me a chair from the other room, any chair. Okay, so this becomes, see, things that are countable nouns, wo wale hote hain jahan singular. For example, if I say book is singular, books is plural. Okay, so countable nouns, jaise us din I had described the difference between much and many, less and few. So that time I had made the differentiation between countable and uncountable. Okay, uncountable noun hota hai when you say news, when you say water, when you say milk. Basically, you can't distinguish singular granules or singular particles of news, of milk, of pollution, of stress. So these are known as uncountable nouns. ठीक है, bracket में ना, side में, just for your sake, write down countable nouns like books, pens, desks, etc. Countable nouns like books, desks, etc. But uncountable like stress, pollution,
Sunlight.
stress, pollution, milk, etc. So see, just in your mind, make the difference. If you say call a boy, it's an indefinite article. You've used a. When you say get me an egg from the fridge, so again, it's an indefinite article. But when you say call the boy with the yellow hoodie, or get me an apple, the apple, which is half red, half yellow. So you've specified. Okay? So basically, now look at your screens. Now you'll know what I mean by when I say definite articles or indefinite articles. All books will give you these two words. Definite meaning specific, meaning certain. So they refer to, the refers to specific nouns. A and an refer to indefinite, non-specific, random nouns. ठीक है, so जो पहले वाला वो लिखा था ना, cut that bit for now, just cut it, we'll rewrite it. Okay, come to, see, A is very clear. ठीक है, A is the simplest article, simplest and most commonly used article. Mistakes कहाँ से शुरू होती हैं? In the use of an. So earlier in school you were told, see, school में जो grammar सीखी थी, and now the grammar that you're going to do will be slightly different also, because in school you were given a slightly basic understanding, क्योंकि school level questions were.
sticker है तुम्हारे पास?
नहीं, किसी के पास स्टिकर नहीं है फिलहाल।
अच्छा नहीं क्योंकि नहीं यूज करना हो तो पता नहीं कहाँ है। अच्छा मिलेगा तो अगर यूज नहीं करना हो तो मेरे को दे देना।
Thank you. Like I was saying, in school you were given basic information because school level questions were also much easier. So you were told that if you spot a vowel, now look at this. Acha, another thing, vowel nahi hota, it's a vowel. Say it on your own, say it for yourselves, it's a vowel. Vowel nahi hai, kuch nahi hota, vowel, like a slightly vowel sound. Okay, so you were told that vowels like A, E, I, O and U will require an. Okay, let me just clarify this. A, E, I, O and U. This is school level grammar. Now I'm going to tell you that more than the vowel sound actually, more than the vowel sound is very, very important. This is what you have to pay attention to now. अब आप लोगों की understanding of grammar has to be raised and has to be according to competitive level exams starting from NDA. ठीक है, NDA and UPSC level जो है beginning UPSC level in CDS sometimes they give you similar questions because एक बारी UPSC universe में कोई question आ गया है, they assume that people don't check other papers, right? So if it's an NDA question or if it's and before pronunciation of Hindi vowels, you've come to the wrong class, Anmol Mishra. We're studying English here, bro. So UPSC, I will never give you translation. Why? Because UPSC will not ask you and AFCAT will not ask you in Hindi. Please don't strengthen Hindi or Hindi is strong enough. Functional hogi, wo bhi chalegi. English strong kar lo. Okay, so coming down to vowel sounds. Words that begin with A have two sounds. First sound is the A sound. For example, when you say army, when you say arbitrary, when you say arsenal, etc. This is one of the important sounds. Guys, please mute yourselves. Mujhe horns nahi sunne. Okay. Okay. So the A sound, army, this is an army base. This is an arbitrary decision, random decision. Arbitrary means random, without a basis. Arbitrary means random. So if a decision is taken without proper evidence or if it's taken without thought, random decision bol dete hain. Engineering colleges mein my students from engineering colleges have this habit of saying arbit. Bada arbit decision liya hai. It's actually arbitrary. Okay. Then arsenal, yes, the team, but also arsenal of weapons, armory, arson. You're right, absolutely. Okay, so but with arson, in fact, Arshay, you'll say this is an act of arson. Ab usme the other sound comes into play, guys. The second sound for A is a, like when you say the insect, ant. वो ant नहीं होता. That is AUNT. वो बुआ या मासी होती है. This is ant, the insect. Okay. So ant, when you say antillery, ancillary, when you say apple, all of these are the longer sounds, but these are both related to A. Okay. When you say backstage access, this is an accessible path. Okay. Acha. Just a small little side note, guys. Side note. Okay. One sec. Okay. Side note. Very important. Very, very important. Words that have ACC. Dhyan se dekho. They are pronounced like this. Ax. So words like accept. Words like access. These are pronounced with the ax sound. I used to call it the ax effect. Fir boys khush ho jate the. If we say this, then girls will run to us like that. What is that random sa dio called the axe effect? Okay, so the sounds, the words like accept, access, accent have the axe pronunciation. Because agar aap ACC, if you call it assess, then what is the difference between that and this when you say assessment, right? And in India, I don't know why, lately, in the last 5-6 years, I have noticed this a lot. People say, I accept your conditions. I accept your point. No, you don't. You accept it. Okay. So when I do EX words also, na, accept, वो sound different होता है. E वाला sound जो होता है, वो E होता है. I'll come to that. Now, this is why we're doing vowel sounds. Okay. Then the next vowel that you're going to cover is E. This also has two sounds. One is the short E sound. So when you say enter, when you say exit, when you say egg, this is the sound that comes into play. Enter, exit, egg. Ayush Sharma, exile. You're right. Absolutely. Okay, this sound basically. The second sound is the longer sound. Like when you say I, for example, eyes, eye drops. This is the longer sound. Okay. So under the vowel also, you consider two sounds for almost every vowel except U. I'll come to that. Okay. Then for I, you also have two sounds, two corresponding sounds. First sound is A. For example, when you say, is this important? So the shorter sound. When you say, this is of interest to me. So that's the shorter sound. Also, when you call somebody an imp, look this up. क्या ही करते रहते हो तुम लोग यार. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद this is a sound which is common to both E and I. They share a sound. They come under both. ठीक है. For example, if you say ice cream or simply say ice, or when you say, you've heard of that marathon, Ironman. So all these sounds, longer sounds. Okay, yes, you have heard of it. Okay, so E and I, they share a sound. Okay, longer sounds. Ye likh lo. Then O also has two corresponding sounds. For example, the first one is the obvious O sound. When you say, who is the owner of this bike? This is an oak tree. Or when you say, can you do it on your own? O. Okay, then okay also. The other sound is an ये वो ओ वाला sound नहीं है, but like it's called the longer derivative. Okay, खुश नहीं होना basically. O sound is when you say something like orange. When you say honest. When you say, yes, when you say, oh good, orchid is a nice word. Great. Okay, so see, I'll tell you. Now, the reason I'm doing this with you is because if you notice, the word honest does not have a vowel, but it has the vowel sound. So when you say he is an honest man, the reason you're putting an is not because of the letter. Now the letter is not that important. Now the sound is far more important. Okay, so this is what I mean by अब grammar जो होगा, you will be doing it at a slightly higher level anyway. Okay, so A, E, I, and O have two sound derivatives. What we're doing, by the way, guys, it is known as phonetics. Okay, okay. I'll write this somewhere. I'm writing this on the top. We're studying phonetics. Through phonetics, PHON is sound. Guys, mute yourselves. Okay, so PHON means sound. Okay, phonetics Team, can you please mute everyone? Okay. So when you study the sound, see, even like in other languages, the same letter may be pronounced separately. I'll take your favorite example. Ab Hindi ka tum log mujhe puchte rehte ho na. The reason you don't study one language in another language is because why is K pronounced K in English and K in Hindi? The semantics, the syntax, and phonetics is completely different. The study of sound, the way that sound is pronounced, and what it represents, totally different. So एक लैंग्वेज को दूसरी लैंग्वेज में कभी मत सीखो, ठीक है? And then finally, this is slightly important. Pay attention to this. You has only one sound, which is a. For example, if you say, I understand this. When you say, this is an urgent matter, you must carry an umbrella. Okay, so basically, this is the only sound it has. When you say, this is dash universal fact, you will say this is a universal fact, not an. Because yes, you're right. Universal ka ye wala jo sound hai na, it is the Y sound, like you. Okay, so this doesn't correspond to the vowel sound. इसीलिए इधर an नहीं लगा. Simple thing to remember. ये लिख लो नीचे note बना के ना, write it in the brackets, write down if the vowel sound is present. If the vowel sound is present, use an regardless of the letter. If the vowel sound is present, use an regardless of the letter. The next example is an AFCAT question of fill in the blanks, close test. This is dash university of good repute. Good repute meaning reputation. Yes, Anmol Mishra, Swati Sharma, you're right. This is a university. Fill in the blank with suitable article. Options A and the, no article needed. So this is a university of good repute. Why? Because again, this is the U sound. Y sound, consonant sound, not vowel sound. ठीक है? ये vowel sounds अगर समझ आ गए, once you apply these in speech, I guarantee you will never make a mistake in the exam, especially in spotting errors. Spotting errors में articles के ना, you can only expect 3 kinds of errors, guys, in the article portion. Now, 3 errors that you can expect. Number 1, it is the error of omission. Error of omission means there is a missing article. It's a missing article. You have to add something. Something has been omitted in order to be complete. Ma'am, please show O part. Abhi dikhati hu Nagesh, ruk ja. ठीक है? Then error of substitution, where the wrong article has been used, you have to substitute it with the correct one, as the name tells you. आपके पास एक second. Yeah. ठीक है? So error of omission, error of substitution, and error of, now pay attention to this, superfluous. That means extra article. Error of superfluous article means something is used that is not required. Extra hai, usko hatao, usko kato. Got it? ठीक है? So the three types of errors: number 1, omission; number 2, substitution; number 3, superfluous. Ye le, Nagesh. Oh, just giving you 2 seconds, and then I want to do the. The is very important, and major mistakes happen because of it, and major questions come from this portion. Okay, now moving on. Bada bada, upar likh lo. The is used before names of. Bada bada upar, write this down so that every time you don't have to write use before names of newspapers, use before names of water bodies. So, okay, write this down and underline. This is the broad heading. Okay, so number 1, for rivers, lakes, and water bodies, always use before names of rivers, lakes, and water bodies. Seas, oceans, etc. सारे water bodies में आ जाते हैं. So when you say the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Dal Lake, ठीक है, always. Then number 2, before names of, guys, mountain ranges, not specific peaks. Mountain ranges, not peaks. So you can say the Himalayas, you can say the Karakoram range, the Rockies, the Andes, the Alps, but saying the Mount Everest is wrong. Okay? Usually, before proper nouns, now I'm guessing you should all know what proper nouns are. In most cases, not all, in most cases, you don't use the before a proper noun. Okay? So mountain ranges will take on the, but not peaks then. An ocean of opportunities, huh? Correct? It's a phrase. Yes, it's correct. Okay, then for most newspapers, not all again, some magazines and journals. So before the names of most newspapers, some magazines and journals. Journals के साथ bracket में लिखो educational magazines. Journals are educational magazines. Just as an example, if I say the Deccan Herald, the Hindu, the Times of India, the National Enquirer, the New Yorker, the New York Times, not New Yorker, New Yorker, New York Times. Okay, so most newspapers will take the article the. Some magazines, like you have magazines like, let's say, Outlook or India Today or Vogue, that don't require the. But some will, like I was just gave you an example. मैंने गलत category में बोल दिया. The New Yorker is a New York-based magazine. It's an American magazine. Or when you say the Deccan Enquirer, ठीक है? So some magazines will take the name. Some journals, like you have the Archaeological Survey of India, the Psychological Survey, PSI, Psychological Survey of India. If there is an economic journal, all these are educational. Okay? So all these references जो आप लोग thesis में, masters में, etc. use करते हो, some of them, not all of them, will take on a the. Then come next to always. Always with the superlative degree of adjective. Always with the superlative degree of adjective. वो क्या होती है? The tallest, the best, the brightest, the sweetest, the highest, the lowest. Can you put a message on the group? Somebody, anybody? Can you tell who's talking? Guys, tell. Anchal, can you tell who's talking? Call them out, no. Call them out, no. Publicly shame them. Public shaming works better than anything else. I'm just joking. Thank you, Jatin. Okay. So always use the with the third degree of adjective. Okay? The best, the brightest, the tallest, etc. Then always remember when you say, when you talk about holy books, so always use before names of holy books. The Gita, the Quran, the Guru Granth Sahib, the Zendavesta. So all of these will take on the. ये next वाला important है. Use before names of epics. Epics. Epics are great masterpieces of literature. Okay? So Indian epics, so everybody knows. The Mahabharata, the Ramayana, yes, we know that. But there's a GMA question, General Mental Ability question. GS का question बनता है. Kam aaya nahi? No. That may come under folk literature, but not under epic literature. Nahi. Epics में, this question has come in CDS earlier. The two great epics of Greek literature, because they are considered masterpieces on a global level. I'll just write down the names. They are Iliad. Actually, no, single L. One sec. ILIAD, Iliad. So the Iliad and the Odyssey. The Iliad and the Odyssey. Okay. These two have been written by a man called Homer, Homer, Homer. No relation to Homer Simpson of The Simpsons, which I love, by the way. You guys should watch it. It's a lot of fun. Shakespeare. So no, Shakespeare is not epic. It's literature. Epic will be different. Epic ka scale alag hota hai. Okay, so next. Socrates is a philosopher, Ayush Sharma. Kuch bhi. Okay. Then always use the with names of, now this is important, countries which are groups of nations, such as the UK, the USA, the UAE. Also, the difference, even though they are not groups of nations, but the constitutional name, for example, when you say the Netherlands. So, wahan pe bhi this rule applies technically. Okay? Yes, The Hague. Yes, Abhishek. That's what I meant. Yes. Okay. Then actually, under this point only write down. Don't write the second point yet. Then write down, do not use with singular names of countries. Like when you say India, China, Congo, Pakistan, Russia. Don't use the with singular names, but always with constitutional names of these countries. That means what the constitution recognizes as their official names. So when you say India ko actually constitutionally kya bolte hain, not just Bharat, it is also known as the Sovereign Democratic Republic of India. ठीक है? अगर तुमको ये नहीं पता तो मैं सौरभ सर को सारों की शिकायत लगाऊंगी. Okay, Saurabh sir, pull them up. Okay, so when you say China, it's actually the People's Republic of China. Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. So the constitutional names will take on the singular names will not take the. ये important rule है. ठीक है? So remember this one. Then always use the with names of groups of islands. The Andaman, the Lakshadweep, when you say the Java Islands, the French Polynesian Islands, always with groups of articles, groups of islands, you'll always use the article. हाँ, the Maldives, spelling गलत है, but yes, भावना समझ गई मैं तेरी. ठीक है, the Maldives. कहते हैं ना लोग कहते हैं feeling समझा करो, feeling समझ गई मैं. But English teacher हूँ, I will not let spellings also go. ठीक है, then next, always with names of musical instruments. So when you say I played the piano, I played the guitar, I played the violin, I played the cello. ठीक है? अभिषेक कौंडल तू भागना बंद कर. पंजाब एक्सेप्शन है. अभी हम स्टेट्स पे तो पहुंचे ही नहीं है बॉस. मैंने सवाल पूछने शुरू कर दिए ना तो तुम भाग जाओगे यहीं से. ठीक है? अभी रुक, मेरे साथ चल. आगे भागेगा तो ये वाला भी मिस होगा, आगे वाला भी नहीं समझ आएगा. Walk with me. Okay. ठीक है? Then musical instruments like the guitar, the cello, the piano, the harmonium, the sitar, whatever else. ठीक है? अब क्योंकि अभिषेक ने इतना शोर मचा दिया है, so अब let's just do always use the with name of only one state. So never with names of states. I don't agree with this, by the way. I'll tell you also. Never with names of states except the Punjab. ये मेरा रूल नहीं है. I don't personally agree with the rule. I'll tell you why. This actually is not because Punjab is a confluence or a meeting point of 5 rivers. That is because of that is the name. Panj means 5, Aab means water. So वो नाम है उसका Punjab. But in India, if you notice, you find water coincides or water tributaries, etc. mix at many places. आप ये हरिद्वार, वाराणसी, this whole belt, Rishikesh side, you'll have tributaries mixing. If you go to the southernmost tip of the country, you have water from Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, all meeting, all joining together. The confluence is at one place at the tip of I forget the name. I forget the name, but at the tip of the country. ठीक है? Tamil Nadu को या suppose West Bengal side आपके जहाँ Sundarbans Delta है, again there is a confluence of many water bodies. You don't call these states with the. So water or the meeting point has nothing to do with it. It's actually in 1991 a very major economic thing, economic policy. क्या शौक है ये थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में लोगों को अपनी बैकग्राउंड सुनाने के मुझे. Okay, so in 1991 the new economic policy came into existence. New economic policy में आपका LPG आया था, not liquid petroleum gas. You had privatization, globalization, and L was liberalization, right? Yeah. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So when the economy opened up, basically, Punjab was a major contributor. और ये ध्यान से सुनो, अब मेरे को second time सवाल अब ये आएगा कि मैम क्यों पंजाब को exception मानते हैं? Because when LPG was introduced, when new economic policy came into play in 1991, Punjab was the major contributor as far as the world economy was concerned. हमारी industrial economy नहीं है. Ours is what is known as an agricultural or an agrarian economy. Agrarian नहीं होता, agrarian economy means based on agriculture, the first sector, agricultural farming sector. So basically, see, for many years, Punjab was also the most prosperous. ये तो अभी 1-2 साल में अपने level number 1 से हिला है. But Punjab was the most prosperous or the wealthiest state in the country. It was a इंडिया मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी की है. शिवम मिश्रा जी, इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमी की कितनी परसेंटेज है, एग्रेरियन की कितनी परसेंटेज है, एंड गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, बैंकिंग एक्सेट्रा की कितनी परसेंटेज है? ये जरा ये बेइज्जती मैं छोड़ दूंगी सौरभ सर पे, ठीक है? Just to make a point contrary to what is going on in the class, do not make a point. थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई मैंने भी करी हुई है, ऐसी बात नहीं है. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that Punjab was the major contributor to world currency. It was a major contribution to what was what was keeping the country afloat. Plus, because it was the most prosperous state in India for many years, up until 2 years ago, some journalists and some reporters started taking what is called creative license. Creative license ka matlab hai that in some sort of writing or reportage, when you report something, they started calling it the Punjab. So just to give it a slightly elevated sense of importance. Again, as an Indian, I don't agree with it. या तो सब states को equal importance दो या किसी को भी मत दो. But this was a change that was made. See, UPSC is a British body. We undertake studies.
தபால் செஞ்சிருமா, அப்படி ஒண்ணும் இதெல்லாம் இல்லம்மா, நீ சீக்கிரம் செஞ்சிரு.
Please mute yourselves now. Do not waste my time kindly. Okay. This time Praveen Kumar M, please. Sakshi Singh, God bless you. Okay. So please remember that for all other states, like I was telling you, I don't agree with it, but UPSC, even though it follows British English, it is still a British Indian body. So they made this one addendum, they made this one change in 1991-92, in those years, in the calendar year 1991-92. And हमें marks से मतलब है, हमें भावनाओं में नहीं बहना है. So we're not going to think emotionally, we're going to be logical about this. So therefore, never use with names of any other states. Like, see, America has 50 states. You don't say the before any of them. So सिर्फ हमने ये थोड़ा सा चेंज किया है, ठीक है? Then next point, and always remember, always with Almighty. Never with God. Lots of times people will say something like, pray to the God, ask to the God for help. Galat hai. See, even though they mean the same thing, Almighty and God, they mean the same thing. They are different words, so different treatment is given to them in the form of articles. So always use with Almighty, never use with God. Next. Always with universal truths and phrases. Always with universal truths and phrases. Truths that are never going to change. The sun rises in the east. ठीक है? So उसके साथ हमेशा you'll use, also see with directions. इसी के साथ I'll tell you with directions. We headed in the northeast, towards the northeast. We visited the south of the country. So with directions, you'll always use the. Then use the before names of unique objects and phenomena. Unique objects and phenomena. For us, for human beings, the only known civilization that uses language, हमारे लिए sun, moon, earth, the aurora borealis, absolutely, the northern lights, these are all unique phenomena to us. So when you say auroras anywhere, southern, northern, yes, you'll use the. When you say the Big Bang theory, creationism ki. So all these are actually unique for us. So when you say the sun, we all know which sun we're referring to. When we say the moon, we're only talking about our satellite. Jupiter has several moons, yes, we know. Neptune has moons, Saturn, yes, we know. But for us, the only known civilization that uses language, these are our rules. Okay? So always remember these. Then remember with deserts. with names of deserts, the Sahara, the Kalahari, the Atacama, the Chile Desert. So all of these, the Thar, the Gobi. Yes, you're right. Okay, so with names of deserts. Yes, Shivam, the Thar, you're right. Okay. Then, always with extremely high ranking and unique posts and positions. Extremely high ranking posts and positions. Acha. When I say the president of a country, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, who is also the president. Okay, when I say the prime minister, they're all one-of-a-kind posts to that country. Yes, there are many in the world, but for that country and for the perspective of the people using language, there is only one of that kind. Okay, but when I say chief minister in a country with so many states, obviously chief minister is not a very high ranking, or it's not a unique post or position. So when you say her father, her father is a chief minister, this works well. Her father is the chief minister who won the president's medal, example, last month. So when you simply say chief minister, it's not a unique enough position. But when you say the chief minister who got caught in the corruption scandal or who won a president's medal, you're specifying. So what definite article aa gaya? That becomes specific noun. That is why you've used the. वैसे on its own, saying chief minister or even your public servant posts, IAS, IRS, IPS, IFS, they may think of themselves as God, but they're not even extremely high ranking or one of a kind. Okay? So if you say her brother is an IAS officer, okay, her brother is the IAS officer who got caught last month by the police, example. So you've specified, therefore you've used the. ठीक है, ये बहुत ध्यान से रखना. Then for that noun, ये जरूरी है, भी समझाऊंगी. For that noun that represents a class or category, I'll just tell you. ठीक है? Okay. So when you say that a noun that represents, in the chat, give me one name of a good Hindi movie actor, a good Bollywood actor. मुझे भी पता होना चाहिए. Dev Anand, Arshay Joshi, बड़ा पुराना. Amitabh Bachchan. I said good. Sonu Sood. I said good. Okay.
Akshay Kumar.
Akshay Kumar, Vicky Kaushal, Manoj Bajpayee. Chalo, I don't like him, but let's say
Akshay Kumar.
अच्छा हाँ सुन लिया, thank you. Akshay Kumar. Okay, हो गया, thank you. Calm down everyone. Akshay Kumar, ठीक है? Then tell me the name of a good Hollywood actor.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Good, I said. Okay, chalo, Tom Cruise. ठीक है? अब just pay attention to this. I personally like Johnny Depp, so just for this example, मेरा भी तो सुनना है ना थोड़ा सा. We'll use Johnny Depp. Okay, so if I say, even though the comparison doesn't sit well, but chalo, if I say Akshay Kumar, one sec. Akshay Kumar is the, let's say Brad Pitt, chalo. Most names I've got are Brad Pitt. Is the Brad Pitt of India.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, hi, RIP. Okay, so when you say Akshay Kumar is the Brad Pitt of India, you are using the not for a particular person. You are using it for the class or the category that represents good actors. Okay? So also when you say something like the Gurkha is the fiercest warrior, You don't mean one Gurkha in particular. You don't mean any particular. You mean the Gurkha who represents a class or category of fierce warriors. Okay? So always use for that noun which represents a class or a category. Okay. Then finally, for monuments and buildings that have national, international, and historical significance. Jai Gorkhali, yes, okay, great. तुम अपने आप चैट में सारी फीलिंग लेते रहते हो, सारे बैठे. चलो, मेरी बात भी सुन लिया करो. So monuments and buildings that have national, international, and historical significance. So if you say the Great Wall of China, the Statue of Liberty, the Red Fort, the Taj Mahal. So all these are important buildings and monuments. The Ajanta Ellora caves. Okay, the White House. There you go. समझ आ गया ये? Clear हो गया? Okay. Then in terms of some phrases like phrases आप लोगों को बता दूंगी. In your spotting errors assignment, there will be certain phrases from, let's say, the Bible. Those will never change. So even though they are phrases, they come under universal truths. Universal truths, why? Because now that direct quote is not changing. Okay? So always remember, see, outside of these 18, these are 18 rules that are sufficient to carry you through for you to understand कि आर्टिकल्स में कैसे आ सकते हैं आपके एरर्स. ठीक है, द सत्याग्रह हाँ मूवमेंट्स के लिए भी होता है बट नॉट फॉर एवरी सिंगल मूवमेंट. शिवम, so that is why I have not covered that. Some वही मैंने बोला ना, some exceptional cases will be there everywhere. Like for example, it's not a universal phrase but बोल देते हैं the more the merrier. ठीक है, so again I can't give you this as a rule because it's not a universal rule. हाँ तो collectives के लिए तो होता ही है, the police, the army. स्पेसिफिक हो गया ना, द आर्मी ऑफ व्हाट नेशन, द इंडियन आर्मी. ठीक है, सो स्पेसिफिक के लिए तो वैसे ही द लगेगा ही लगेगा. नाउ यस और नो, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा, दफा हो जाओ तुम लोग मेरी क्लास में से. ठीक है, भारत जोड़ो यात्रा, गो जॉइन हिम. हाँ, नाउ यस और नो, यहां तक क्लियर हो गया कि नहीं? आर्टिकल्स क्लियर हो गया? ठीक है. So far we've done quite a chunk of parts of speech and hopefully now nouns में कभी नहीं गिरोगे, verbs में कभी भी नहीं गिरोगे, adjectives, adverbs should be clear, articles should be clear. So tomorrow, अभी we don't have enough time to start the next assignment, but try it. Now that you know किस तरह से solve करनी है, till tomorrow, I want you to try the next people shouldn't litter valley assignment, spotting errors assignment. I want you to try. We will discuss it tomorrow and I'll do pronouns next. Okay, so the next part of speech is pronouns and tomorrow I will do this thing called modals and auxiliaries. Modals and auxiliaries होते हैं difference between can, could. और शिवम मिश्रा मेरे भाई, कोई बुक नहीं चाहिए, बस कोई पैसे नहीं खर्चने और ऊपर से चुप करके मेरी क्लासेस लगा, असाइनमेंट्स कर, and you will not require any other book. Okay, now modals and auxiliaries are the difference between when you say can and could, will and would, may and might. Lots of times people will ask me, see, I'll just give you a small hint. Why is this important? So can hota hai something that shows ability. Okay, so if you ask me, ma'am, can I come into the class? I don't know. Can you? When you ask me, when sometimes my students, agar maine modals and auxiliaries karwa diya, and my students ask me, ma'am, can you repeat? You're asking me if I have the ability to repeat. So I just want to say yes. Yes, I do. Can you repeat? Yes. Ma'am, would you repeat? So, or when you are asking for permission to do something, may I? Because जब आप लोग बोलते हो can, it's only talk, can and could implies ability. So tomorrow I'll do this, I'll do pronouns and we'll start discussing the next sheet. But in order for us to discuss the next sheet, I need you to first do it. Okay. All right. So If there are any other doubts, guys, please put it. What is the difference between omission and substitution? Omission hota hai when something is missing. Something has been omitted. So the preposition or the article which is missing will come under omission. That means you have to add something. Substitution means something is already there, but it's the wrong thing. तो आपने substitute करना है with the correct one, basically. ठीक है? Prepositions also, when I do with you guys, no, prepositions and articles, the only same 3 types of errors come: omission, superfluous use, and substitution. So a little bit of that is covered as far as you guys are concerned. But I really wanted to say, guys, please start putting into practice what I cover on a daily basis. Start using those rules, start using that pronunciation. Please start speaking better, okay? Better than before. Jo kal nahi aata tha, wo aaj aana chahiye. Your competition, I'll always say this, day 1 and day last, I'll tell you, your competition is not with the 13.5 lakh people. Your competition is with your version of yesterday. Yesterday के version को जो कल rules नहीं आते थे, वो आज आने चाहिए. जो कल words नहीं आते थे, meanings नहीं आते थे, वो आज आने चाहिए. ठीक है? So every day be version 2.0. All right, chalo. Good night. Enjoy your next class. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll discuss. We'll move further. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Ayush
Good night.
Sharma.
Good night,
Good
ma'am.
night.
Good night,
Good
ma'am.
night,
क्या
Good
बोल रहे
night,
हो?
ma'am.
Good night,
Good
ma'am.
night,
Good night,
everyone.
ma'am.
Good
Happy
night.
New Year, ma'am.
Happy New Year, guys. By the way.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
ma'am.
Happy New Year,
Very
ma'am.
happy New Year
to you, ma'am.
Thank you
Happy
so
New Year.
much.
Happy New Year.
See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hmm.